There are 9 topics, which is plenty to choose from. And in another video, I am going to go through every topic and explain them. In this one, I'm only going to tell you that I have 9 topics, and they're all very different, and they're all aimed to be easy to write about. Okay, so that is the screen for the 9 topics. Okay, now let's turn to the assigned topics and turn them into thesis statements. The thesis of your paper must be a statement, never a question. Never a question. The main idea of your essay is a statement, a sentence that is not a question. The thesis must always be a full sentence. It can't be a title or a few words or phrase. It has to be a full sentence. In other words, it must have a subject and a verb and be a complete thought. The thesis, finally, is the main idea of the research paper. Your thesis is the center. It is what your paper is about. It's your argument. It is, you're an attorney and you say, my client is innocent because of this and that. Okay, that is your thesis. And then your job in the paper is to prove that what you have stated in your thesis has a basis of truth. In other words, you can support it. Okay, so let's take one of the topics that I gave you, one of the 9 topics. Illustrate how the music of Lennon and McCartney influenced the music of contemporary bands. Pick one period of Lennon and McCartney music and 1 or 2 bands that you think, based on evidence from their music, were influenced by them. In other words, how did the music of the Beatles, especially Lennon and McCartney, influence groups that are around today? And then show with examples, lyrics, and describing the things they do instrumentally. Since this is a paper, you can't have an audio quote, but you can describe what they do and how that influence can be seen in the music of these bands today. Okay, and you can describe what, let's say, a particular band does that was influenced by the Beatles. Okay, let me take a thesis. One version of a thesis based on this question is: the music of Lennon and McCartney influenced the music of contemporary bands. Okay, that's a very simple, kind of vague thesis. It's okay. It's let's say this is a C plus B minus thesis. It's not very descriptive, but it works. Okay. The following thesis, version 2, the music of Lennon and McCartney influenced the music of contemporary bands such as Tamed Impala, Def Cap for Cutie, and the Arctic Monkeys. There you're being specific. What groups were influenced by the Beatles, and you can focus, have a paragraph per group and show what kind of influence, not only in the lyrics but in the instruments, in their style of writing. And you can develop a research paper based on that, taking proof from the lyrics and of both the Beatles and the other groups, and also explaining how their instrumentation and how they organize their songs. They took ideas from the Beatles to create their own music. Okay, the thesis statement can be placed anywhere on the essay, but it is usually found either in the first, second, or third paragraph of your research paper. Okay, so the thesis could be, it could be here, or here, or here. Okay, it's anywhere in those first three paragraphs. Usually, your thesis is the last sentence of the paragraph. Okay, so remember that. Okay, works cited page is the last page of your research paper. Okay, so let me go back. You want to make sure that you have your last name and the page number. So this paper is only 4 pages long, so that's the last name and page, and it's page 4. And you have your work cited. Again, no giant text or anything like that. It's 12-point font, and it's in alphabetical order, as you can see. HSSS. Okay, and you have the second line is indented, 5 spaces from the left, and obviously this you don't have URLs anymore. Okay, you don't need URLs, so you can get rid of URLs completely. All you need is to say web or print or ebook or whatever, and again in alphabetical order. Whatever is here, okay, you have to have parenthetical references that are connected to this. If the parenthetical references are not are not there, or they're not the exact same thing you have in the works cited, then it's wrong. Okay, your sources must come from the songs you were assigned. Okay, we didn't assign. I was going to do that, but I'm going to give you suggestions. But you can basically use any Beatles song you want, and you can use any group you want. Okay, and the films, we did watch one film, and we started watching Hard Day's Night. You can use a little bit of that. You can finish watching Hard Day's Night online. They have it in Netflix or Hulu or Amazon. Okay, but remember, you have to give credit. All right, to create your MLA works cited page and parenthetical references, use MyBib. Okay, and mybib.com is free. I used to tell you Citation Machine, but now they've made it so you have to pay. So mybib.com is free, so use that. It is very good, and it gives you both parenthetical references and the works cited. It doesn't give it to you perfect, so that you will have to format it in the MLA style once you get to your paper, but it does create it for you. All right, so that's it for this presentation.